What's good, everybody? So basically, I have an opportunity to go back to the toy department. If you guys remember a year ago, I went on this big, humongous toy hunt. I hit like probably 6 different stores across 3 different states. It was really, really fun. And the last store that we went to was the toy department in Cincinnati, Ohio. It is kind of notorious for being one of the most popular vintage toy stores in the nation. Like, it's huge. They have everything. They constantly restock. It's been featured on multiple TV shows, multiple YouTube channels. A really, really famous store. And I have been once, and the one experience was super fun. The only thing was that it was like the last store of the trip, so I didn't have too much money left, but it was still really sick and awesome. And they had just opened up and moved into their new building, which is huge. It's kind of like a Toys R Us, but vintage toy store. Like, it's incredible. And ever since then, I've really wanted to go back. Well, my birthday is coming up, and my mom has to go down to Cincinnati anyways for something else. And so we made it work out to where I'm going to be able to go with her, and we will be able to go to the toy department. So I am very excited for that. I don't know if I'm going to film it all in there. If I do, you'll see it. If not, I'm just going to cut to me coming back and showing off what I got.
Yeah, so you're only spending $700.
I asked. We don't have it.
Okay, and I am back from the tour department, and guys, I was able to film like a little bit. I didn't film too much in the store, but it is hands down by far my favorite store ever. And I've been to quite a bit of vintage toy stores. I'd probably say I'd probably been to about 30 of them across a few states and everything. And there is nothing like the toy department. You walk in there and you just, I mean, it was crazy. That entire aisle was just 3.75-inch Star Wars figures. And the great thing about the toy department is they price everything so cheap, because in order for stores to really be successful like that, is you need to constantly restock and sell cheaper than eBay. That's really what I found, is because I had my phone with me and I was like looking at prices on eBay and trying to compare, and every time the price in the store was always cheaper than what eBay sold. Sometimes cheaper by a long shot too. So really, really fun. I did get quite a bit of stuff. I had been saving up my money since about April for this trip. So it was just incredible. I just got to walk in and basically go ham on whatever I wanted, and it was so cool. So let's just go ahead and start with the first thing I got, which was this Evolutions Padme 3-pack. Now, before going in here, I actually did want this. This is something that I was thinking, like, if I come across this, I'm gonna get it, because I am kind of on a thing where I'm like trying to collect, not every Padme, but I'm trying to, get a diversity of Padme's outfits, because she had so many, and I'm pretty sure they made an outfit for every look she had. So I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 Padme looks, and then this is I already have the Attack of the Clones Padme, not the exact one, but these two are brand new looks for me. But this is only $40, and I checked on eBay, and the cheapest listing for it was $80. So I saw it was really high up, and they had quite a bit of these Evolution packs. They had a Sith one that came with Darth Bane and Darth Nihilus, which I didn't get. That one was $80, and I didn't get it because I just didn't get it. But yeah, as you can see, $40 for this. There's the back. Yeah, they had the Sith Legacy pack and a few other packs. But yeah, I just thought that this one was really cool. And I really wanted this figure. I think that figure looks crazy cool. So I am going to be keeping it sealed just because I think that the packaging is really sick on this one. So that was the first thing I got. And then I also, they did have a cased shelf where the loose figures were. And I was looking through it, obviously trying to find new Jedi, and also just, you know, figures that I wanted that were cheap, because the figures in that shelf were very cheap. Like, I mean, not all of them were like cheap, but they were very well priced. So the first figure I got, this is a figure that I have been after for a while, and she's just always, I've seen her so many times in stores that I just never bit the bullet because she was always overpriced. But I got the 3.75-inch Bastila Shan. Now this figure, again, I've seen it around. I've seen it in multiple different stores, and every time I see it, it's like $60. And she was made, I believe she came out whenever the Vintage Collection was still under the Black Series line. I could be wrong about that, but she came out like in 2013. Like, she's a pretty old figure. And the thing that really like kept me away from buying her was the fact that she could be remade. You know, a lot of these Saga Collection figures, like that's Saga Collections, they won't be remade. But if it's under the Vintage Collection or the Black Series, they could be remade. So she technically can be remade. There's not been any talk of her being remade. I mean, they made her back there in the Black Series, which I figure is one of my favorite Black Series of all time. But as for 3.75-inch, it's not looking like they'll make her. And if they do, I did only get her for $40, so I'd end up spending probably $20 on the Vintage Collection. So I just figured, hey, I'll get this. I'll get her now. She probably won't get remade, and I'm checking another Jedi off my list. So Bastila Shan from Knights of the Republic, very, very cool. And then I got another figure from a Star Wars video game. This time it was Star Wars The Force Unleashed, and I got the last kind of main character from the crew that I did not have, which is Proxy. So I saw Proxy, and I actually didn't get him the first time I got something out of the shelf. I kind of forgot about him, and then after a while I was like, wait, Proxy's in there, and I was like, you know what? I gotta get Proxy because he's a part of the crew. I have Juno, I have Starkiller, I have Rom. I gotta get Proxy. So $50 for Proxy. I looked up on eBay if that was a good deal, and it is, because most eBay listings for him are $60. So $50 to get it right then and there was a pretty good deal, and I bit the bullet. So now I have Proxy, which is really cool. He's such a cool Jedi, or not Jedi. He's such a cool robot because he's able to disguise himself as like Darth Maul and stuff, and he really is like there to help train Starkiller. And the last guy I got here, I don't really know his name, but he's the guy that flies the Nabooian yacht thing away from Tatooine whenever Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul are fighting. And I think his figure's cool. I like his like cloth goods and everything. I just think he looks cool. And for $10 I got him. Every time I go to Happy Pappy's, I see him for $30, and I've always been tempted to get him. I'm so glad I didn't though, because $10 for him is really good. But like I said, they don't overprice to try to make money off of you. They price it cheap so they can move their stock, and they end up making more money by doing that. So many of these toy stores, they overprice, and their product sits on shelves for months and months and months and months because nobody wants to buy this stuff for way overpriced. But anyways, the next two things are things that I went in there hoping that they'd still have, because they had them last time, and they did have. And I was so excited to finally get not one but two, because like I said, I had a lot of money this time. The first time I went to the toy department, it was on the very end of that whole toy hunt thing that we went on, and I was kind of low on funds. I mean, I had like I think I had like $200, and then we had to go to another store after that, so I only spent about $100 at the toy department. So I did not end up getting one of these then, but this time I was able to, and it is a Dime Novel Legends figure. I don't know if it's going to stand too well, but yeah. In the very corner up there, I do have one Dime Novel Legends that I got about a year ago at Applejacks, and they only had one. The beautiful thing about the toy department is they literally have rows and rows of Dime Novel Legends. Dime Novel Legends is a Western action figure line made by Chicken Fried Toys in Texas. It's a really independent company. Like, it's not something you can find too easily, which is why individually the figures are pretty expensive. And they're actually not 3.75 inch. They're actually, I think they were a little bit bigger, but they're kind of in that sort of scale-ish. Or maybe they are 3.75. They look like they might be a little bit bigger, but I think they are 3.75. So yeah, on eBay they're like $40, and then they do them. They were anywhere from 32 to 33 at the toy department. So I looked through all the ones they had, and I decided to get the Town Tamer because that card back looks like Arthur Morgan from Red Dead. And also the reason why I really like to get these is because I love Red Dead Redemption. It really made me have an appreciation for Western, like the Western era. I've been playing Red Dead since I was 6 years old. So me and my brother always wanted like Western figures, and the only company that makes them is Dime Novel Legends. So I got the Town Tamer. I think he's pretty cool. And yeah, there he is on the back. So I might end up opening him. I did not open the one that I've had. But now that I have two, I do want to get them open because they have all these accessories that you don't see if you keep them in the package. And then I had actually checked out. I had like bought everything, and then what happened was my mom and my aunt were with me, but they wanted to give me as much time as I needed to like look through and everything. I was in the store for about an hour just because there's so much. If you guys are in this kind of thing, you need to go there. It is the best toy store period. Like, it is incredible. But they left me there and they went to like the grocery store. So I had checked out and they still weren't back yet. So I was still just kind of looking around the store. And I went back to the Dime Novel Legends and I was like, you know what? I'm going to regret it if I don't get another one because this is my chance to. I mean, yes, I could order online, but it's going to be more expensive and it's a whole thing. So I was like, you know what? They're here. Let me choose one. And I ended up choosing the Marshall. So he's a little bit more expensive. I don't know why, but he kind of reminds me of how I dress my Red Dead Online character, all fancy like that. But yeah, he's like the town marshal, and yeah, really cool. So I think I might end up opening both of these just so I can have some open, and then I'll keep my other one sealed. But yeah, so those were really, really cool to get. So then the next thing I got quite a bit of cheaper figures, but they're just prequel figs that I could see me like building up my displays with. So I did get this Neimoidian Lot Dodd, only $4. Pretty cool figure, and he comes with a little Palpatine hologram thing. So yeah, pretty cool. Then I got this guy. What's his name? Orn Free Taa. Yeah, so I remember seeing him in the movies. I don't really know exactly. I think he's a senator. He's in Attack of the Clones, so yeah, I think he's a senator. But these figures from this wave, they were always so cool because they always came with an accessory. He comes with this little droid thing, but they always came with an accessory. I think he's pretty detailed, and I was like, you know what, for $5, I'll get him. Oh yeah, okay, so he's a Rutian Twi'lek senator. He's a Twi'lek, jeez. Orn Free Taa has succumbed to a decadent lifestyle on Coruscant, treating politics as sport. He uses his position to indulge his extravagant impulses. Okay. Oh, it's a hover cam. Okay, so I guess it recorded him. And I do have that. I have both of these guys, actually. I have that Chancellor Palpatine. So yeah, I got him. It's pretty nice. Then I got this Saga Collections Gungan Reap Bean. I remember seeing him from the movies. I thought he was funny. And I do have two other, like I have Captain Tarpals from the Gungan Warrior, and then I have Jar Jar, so I figured I'd put him with them. You know, just more prequel figures. I love the prequel action figures of this time, and yeah, so I got him. And then I got another Nemoidian. This time it was Lushros Dauphine. I don't know how you say that. I don't know if I said that right, but yeah, just another cool Nemoidian. And he comes with a really cool little panel there, you know, because they did lead the Separatist army. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to make some room here. Okay, so then the next thing I got was, let's see what this is. Okay, so I got an episode 1 series, Chancellor Valorum. I think he was the Chancellor that died, and then Palpatine took over his place. So I figured, hey, might as well get him. He kind of looks like Palpatine, but I really like that coat he's wearing. It's really cool design, really neat. It's only $4 for him, and yeah, there's everything on the back. So he's pretty cool. And then on top of that, I also did get Chancellor Palpatine. I have one other Palpatine. It was the one that I showed in the back of the other cylinder, and this one is just like the, you know, Phantom Menace Palpatine. So for $4 I was like, I'll do it. But like I said, they're very similar. Like whenever I was choosing them out, I had to really make sure that I got Palpatine and then Valorum, because you know they look very much alike. Then I got Bail Organa. I don't have Bail Organa, and I feel like he's in quite a bit of the movies. He's in the original trilogy, he's in the prequels. He plays a pretty big part, so for $6 I did pick up this Bail Organa, and you actually can see the hologram of Obi-Wan, which I just love this wave for that reason, that you can just you know, you get all these special accessories and stuff. And then keeping up with getting more Padmes, I did get her Attack of the Clones outfit whenever she was like disguised. And it comes with this really cool satellite. And yeah, only $4 for her, so picked it up. Okay, I did get one Black Series. Hold on, I'm gonna have to move some of this stuff back. Okay, I did get one Black Series, and it was the 187th Legion Clone Trooper. I didn't even really look through the Black Series because, as you guys know, I'm not really too into collecting Black Series anymore unless they are clones or just really cool characters that we either don't have in 3.75 or just that I love so much that I'm going to get them in both 3.75 and Black Series. But this clone was really cool. He was always one that slipped away from me. And he was like in the front. I just looked at the Black Series section, and he was just in the front of one of the pegs for $20. I was like, might as well get him, because I do think he's pretty cool, and $20 is pretty good from what I've seen. I mean, I remember seeing him on eBay for way more than $20, so I did go ahead and get him. And he is Mace Windu's Legion, but he's like brown. I think that this might have been the original design, or maybe the Clone Wars design for his troopers, but yeah, I thought he was pretty cool. And the reason why I'm not really getting much Black Series anymore is just because they're so expensive. And then I got another Padme, and this is her Attack of the Clones Lars Homestead outfit. And this one, it was expensive. I remember whenever I found her on the pegs, I was like, why is she so expensive? Like, $20 seems like a lot for this figure. So I looked her up on eBay, and on eBay she was going for $40, and I was like, dang, like, I don't know what it is. I mean, I guess this is the only time that this outfit of hers has been made, and it comes with like a little stand and obviously her cloak. And I love this look of Padme. I think the blue is so cool. Here's the back. This was a great wave. If I would have found this Dread, I definitely would have got it, the Dexter's Shattered Dread. But yeah, I thought she was cool. Didn't really understand why she was so expensive, but I figured if she's more expensive on eBay, might as well get her now. So I did. Let's see. So this one, I got Biggs Darklighter. Sorry, the stickers are like covering these figures, but I got Biggs because I think this is a really cool figure. And actually, he was never seen in the movies like this, because Biggs was supposed to play a lot bigger role in in like A New Hope and everything. And all of his parts were like really cut. I don't even know if he was like really in the movie. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't really know. But I do know that whenever I was little, my dad did get me his Imperial fighter figure, and so I've always kind of liked Biggs for that reason. I just have memories of his figure, and so I saw this figure, this 30th anniversary figure at the Happy Pappy's a lot, and it's like $30, and I was thinking about getting it. So I saw it for $10, and I was like, oh, I'll just get it here. So again, the prices are just great at toy department. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, that's a scene that we don't see in the movie there. So yeah, pretty cool. So there he is. I think there was like a lot of like books about him and stuff. I did get another Jedi, which was the concept art for Luke. We have Circular Hero, and on the Galactic Heroes, like every Jedi mini or action figure ever for the 3.75 inch, this one was on it because I guess, I mean, yeah, technically she's a Jedi, so I didn't even think about it, but went ahead and bit the bullet. $12 again. Happy Pappy's has this figure for $30, so 12 was just a no-brainer. And she is pretty cool. You know, it's cool to think what could have been, you know, with all this stuff. Yeah, Ralph McQuarrie concept. So there's that. Okay, this one I did get out of the shelf, or out of the case, and it's really cool. It is the Clone Wars Phase 2 Commander Fox. $45. Again, I looked it up on eBay, and it's not a bad price. This figure just goes for more. It's a more expensive figure, but I got it because I have there were 4 commanders / captains made in this style figure. Which, by the way, this is my favorite style figure for the Clone Wars. This is just, it looks like they pulled them straight out of the show. Beautiful, beautiful figures. I believe they came out in 2012. Yeah, 2012. Favorite wave. And the other commanders are, well, there's Captain Rex, who was in this style, Commander Cody, and then Commander Wolf. Or is it Captain Wolf? No, it's Commander Wolf. So then Commander Fox was the only one that I didn't have. And so whenever I saw him, I was like, I gotta get him now because then I'll have all the commanders, which is really cool. So he does have an issue. There was like I don't know how you make this issue, but as you can see, he's supposed to have white right here, and they just did not put the white on his helmet. So I am gonna go ahead and paint that. I'm gonna open this guy up, but yeah, pretty cool. So I'm so thankful to have found him. And then these two, right whenever I walked into the store and I went to the Star Wars section, obviously, these were the first 2 that I found, and I just gravitated right to them and put them in my cart. I had like a little handheld cart that I was holding, and it is the Clone Wars Mandalorian Warrior. I have wanted this figure for probably 3 years. I've seen it at multiple stores, and every time I see it at stores, it's really expensive, at least $40 per figure. Because they usually have multiple, and I just love the Clone Wars design style of the Mandalorian. I love how it looks like they literally pulled it out of the Clone Wars, so I love that about it. But for $30, I was like, I'm totally getting this because I've only ever seen it for way more money, and it's sealed. So I picked him up, no brainer on that. And then the last guy I got was the Clone Wars Pre Vizsla, which, I mean, $30 for that. I genuinely could not believe it because I think about 2 years ago I was in Big Fun up in Columbus, and they had this Pre Vizsla loose. He was like in their like loose, figure area, and he did not have his Darksaber, and he was $70. I remember seeing him, and the guy was talking to me about him because he was like, yeah, that figure is like really rare. If you have him with his Darksaber, it's even more money, like just all this stuff. And I just remember thinking like only in my dreams could I have this figure, And then I find it sealed for 30 bucks, which is crazy. And I looked on eBay, and this figure has come down a lot in price because of the Vintage Collection release, which is like a more realistic version of him. But I like the Clone Wars version. I mean, I feel like if the characters from the Clone Wars, I prefer the Clone Wars version, and I really do on this one. So for 30 bucks, it really was a no-brainer. Like, I'm going to get this figure. And I think it's so cool that I got it for as cheap as I did. But yeah, that is the haul. That is everything that I got. I'm gonna go ahead and set everything up so then I can kind of show everything in its entirety. And here they all are in its entirety. One of my biggest hauls ever. Again, I'm so thankful and blessed. Like I said, I did save up my money for quite a bit of time. I had sold a lot of things on eBay, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna save my money for Toy Kingdom, or the toy department, because I know they're gonna have a lot of stuff, and I'm really thankful that I did, because I did get some white whale items for the collection. So I'm very thankful. I think it's on like 24 figures that I picked up, which I'm so thankful for. So I am going to be doing an unboxing video. I'm going to unbox a majority of what you see here. I'm going to keep the Padme thing sealed, obviously, but yeah, I think for the most part I'm going to open everything. I think I'm going to open these. I really want to, because I feel like just because I got them so cheap, it's like, might as well open them, you know? So I might do that for the video. But yeah, I'm so thankful, guys. This is my birthday gift. My birthday is this Friday, and we were able to do it a week early because my mom had to go down to Cincinnati anyways. But yeah, if you're in the area, any surrounding states from Ohio, especially like Indiana and Kentucky, go to the toy department. You will not regret it. It is incredible. It is so incredible. So anyways, guys, if you did go on to enjoy the video, make sure to hit like, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.